દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો. તમારો અવાજ નથી આવતો.
નથી આવતો.
ઓકે 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 ઇટ્સ કમ.
દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર.
દાદા ભગવાનના અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
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 દાદા ભગવાન અસીમ જય જયકાર હો.
દાદા ભગવાનના 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 અસીમ જય જયકાર હો. જય સચિદાનંદ.
દા જય
જય સચિદાનંદ
સચ્ચિદાનંદ
પુલિનંદનજી.
પુલિનંદજી.
હા, જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ.
આજે રજની દાદા છે નહીં એટલે હું આવ્યો છું અત્યારે.
શું છે આજે?
હા.
અચ્છા, આજે કઈ તારીખ?
ટુડે ઇઝ 18.
18th for you.
અમારે
18th June.
અમારે
29.
17th જૂન.
Yeah, here it's 17.
અમારી 18th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we start? Yeah. Arunaben, please follow.
Namo Vitragai,
Namo Vitragai,
Namo Aristanam,
Namo Arihantaram,
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Siddharam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Ayariyanam,
Namo Vayanam,
Namo Vajrayanam,
Namo Loe Sawa Sahunam.
Namo Loe Sava Sahunam,
Eso Panchana Muktaro,
Eso Panchana Mukaro,
Sauva Pava Panasano,
Savapa Vapanasano,
Manglananja Save Sen,
Manglanam Cha Savve Sin,
Havai Mangalam.
Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Arunaben, do you have any question or do you want to share any experience?
I don't have a question, but we recently, last year, we went to India on emergency basis to Delhi, and we were trying to close our account in the bank, and whatever money we had, my husband took it and put it in his pocket. He was wearing the cargo pants. Then we went to see my brother-in-law, the area called Lajpat Nagar. It's a very posh area, not bad. But the taxi driver warned us that be careful, there are so many pickpockets here. And we were careful, but still my husband felt like eating pani puri. So he was standing in the line, and somebody picked his pocket, and we lost about maybe 70,000-80,000 rupees. So my brother-in-law was so worried. Suresh, tara paisa gaya. Suresh, tara paisa gaya. And Suresh said, well, it was not in my fate to have it. Mara nasib mana tha to gaya. To gaya. Vyavasthit. So he said, how can you be so cool when you lost so much money? That was one of the experience we had. Nothing bothered us. It was not in our fate to have it. Maybe it was the pickpocketer, whoever took it, it was in their fate to have it. But that was our experience.
Very good. Which city was that?
New Delhi.
New Delhi, Lajpat Nagar. Oh,
Lajpat Nagar.
no, that's good. That is how, Mahatma's behavior will have an impact on other people, on other relatives,
Right.
or other, or this thing. Yeah, that how our Akram Vignan, or the Gnan that Dada Bhagwan has given us, is working. This
કેમ કે
is
સુરેશ
not.
તારા પેટમાં પાણી નથી હાલતું, તને જરાય ચિંતા નથી, તને ઊંઘ કેમ નહીં આવે કે? We say that we are in Dada Bhagwan, so nothing bothers us, And નસીબમાં ના હોય તો જોવાના હોય તો જાય કે.
So the knowledge or Gnan is
Gnan
working.
really helps a lot. It also helped a lot to us for when we lost our son. We were able to survive because of the Gnan. Because but Gnan na hoy to, it is very difficult. But we now apply more and more Gnan, and it's very peaceful. Recently, my daughter came to visit me, and in spite of my disabilities and my arthritis and all, I was cooking for them, cleaning and all that thing. And my daughter was surprised. Okay, mom is able to do that. I just accept. I said, okay, it happens to Aruna, not to me. Whatever happened, I'll take 2 more Tylenol and carry on with the work. But there was no argument, no any misunderstanding, nothing. Just do your job, feed them well, whatever they wanted to eat, I made for them. And it was a very good experience this time when she came. So the Gnan really helps.
So this is a test examination, and we can see that whatever we have heard, learned from Satsang is now being put into practice automatically.
Right.
Don't put efforts, but that awareness or Jagrati pops up, and it goes us from any examination.
Right.
So it's wonderful that loss of money and Vyavasthit and Hisab, that thing popped up.
Right.
Although you have this, but for you it was a file and you had to clear it out. Essentially, because of the Gnan, we are able to accept the situation as it is. We are not in my pocket got picked up, or I have to do so much of work. And because of the mind, I am the pure soul. I want to go to moksha. This thing cleared out. The biggest thing is because I am pure soul, whatever is to file number. So this holds us. This makes us vitrak. Essentially, basically, we are two things happen. We are able to accept the situation or reality as it is without any complaint or any grudge.
The same thing like today. Today we had a satsang with Bihari Anand and Bharat Anand, and then there was a Gnan Vidhi. So I wanted to go for the Gnan Vidhi, and file 2 says, okay, nah, I'm tired. So I said, okay, if you don't want to go, we won't go. But then he changed his mind and he said, let's go. We'll go for the Gnan Vidhi. But we were able to attend that. So that was a surprise to me, because once he says no, to make it yes is very difficult. But he suddenly changed and he says, okay, you want to go for Gnan Vidhi, we'll go. So that
so what works is your intention and desire to go. So that brings about a heart in him, and situation arises where your desire is put.
This that's true. But we being Patel, but Patel Prabhuti is
very ego. True.
So there is no question of. But now he has mellowed down very much with the Gnan. He now will not get angry, and he will accept whatever is food on the table. Otherwise, I didn't want this food, I want that one. Why did you make this one? But now nothing. Whatever comes on the table, he just will eat. No comment, nothing.
The reason is, what has happened is to all of us is that we have moved away from I am the name bearer to I am the pure soul.
Right.
And once that happens, is the adamancy, arrogancy, egoism, all kashais are in file number 1.
Right.
Because moved away from that, we find a lot of peace, and then that peace tells us, I don't want to side with the kashais. I don't want to take their this thing. I don't want to remain with them. And that is the turning point. That is the turning point where they said, never mind, whatever has come, accept. I don't want to get angry. I don't want to do, That is where the whole transformation takes.
Exactly.
The shift of I from the name self to pure soul.
Right. So
That
this
is the
Gyan really has helped us a lot. I cannot forget Dada. It's all the time in our minds. It's Dada only. No.
true, very much. Very,
Right.
yes.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Or Rani or Lalita.
Kashyap bhai, Lalita Ben, Rani ji.
Jai Sachin, can I speak?
Jai Satchidanand.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So one problem which I seeing within me is that this this war news and all this. In that, the file one is not able to be vitrag. That is clear, you know. So only thing which is possible is to do pratikraman for that, and try to see how other Mahatmas and Aputras and maybe Dadaji handle such situation and increase understanding. So, and one thing, and second thing which I want to tell that the last week I told about this, that chat GPT and all. So there are, it is better, much better, but it makes mistakes also. So means but people will be using that. I feel it seems to me, that people will be using that, and it seems to me that it would be good if it's possible that we make the text at least, the text of that, so that Gujarati text, not the translation. So Gujarati, many people know as it is what is said, because if we don't have the Gujarati, then the words will be not lost, and it will give a different meaning which is intended. So uh, it seems to me, it would be better that if we have the Gujarati text, then anyone can, it will be easier to grasp the words, even when Deepakanandji says some words, I am not able to catch some words, so then it becomes really difficult, because Gujarati people actually are not aware that this problems happen, but non-Gujarati people will be aware that we are not able to grasp some words, because see, it's natural that that we are not exposed that much to Gujarati as the Gujarati people. It is natural thing, So if it is written, then we can easily grasp. But if it's not written, then it becomes difficult for us many times, and we have to be very cautious that time. We don't get the wrong meaning of the words. We don't grasp the wrong words itself. We try to ask the Aputra and all, but there is a huge risk of getting the wrong meaning. So, if it is possible, the only solution which I see is that make more and more text of this of Gujarati, and then the rest can follow whatever you say, the Putras and all. But that, it seems to me, you can throw more light, and every Mahatma can do it independently. Some Mahatmas are doing it, and other Atmas also they join, so it will be good, it seems to me. Yes.
You want Gujarati text of what Gujarati Satsang that is taking place?
Of Gujarati Satsang, the Gujarati text should be there, rather than the it is clear, the audio is Syadvad, it has too many limitations. Gujarati text is better, more Syadvad, it seems to me,
You are talking about Zoom Satsang?
Sorry?
You are talking this Gujarati text of the Zoom online Satsang?
Of the satsangs, of the satsangs, the means if we are able to have 10 satsangs,
Which satsang?
any Gujarati satsang I am talking, especially
Any
if it,
only two satsang. One is online.
yeah, wherever it is possible, I am saying, that if there might be limitations, it might not be there possible everywhere. So wherever it is possible, there I am saying, so it will be
Hey, that
used.
is secondary. Wherever is possible. But my question is, which satsang? You are talking of the Zoom online satsang.
See, first of all, the Dadaji's, Dada Bhagwan's, Vani, for that, because that is the primary source. Then Aputra's, if it is possible. These are the two main, source of information.
Which satsang? You are saying there is satsang.
Dada Bhagwan Satsang and Aputra Satsang, that I am saying.
That is exactly what I was asking. Fine. Okay. The thing is there. Let us see whether we get Nimitz and we get one who can do it. Let's keep our desire. Let's pray to Dada. Let me wish get fulfilled so that non-Gujarati audience can also get the benefit of.
Some Mahatmas are doing it, but I feel that more Mahatmas should join it.
Some are doing what?
They are, they are putting the Gujarati text, what is being said.
Putting the text where?
In the form of, they are putting in the form of on the videos where along with the audio, they're putting the text also, and they are putting it as subtitles. They are putting it subtitles. They are putting embedding in the video. They are doing it. But it needs to be done more.
They are doing them for them.
For example, Dada Bhagwan, this Energizer comes. In that you have the subtitles, Gujarati subtitles.
That I understand.
Yeah.
So that is. Okay, let us see. Let us hope.
Yeah.
But else you want to share it?
Yeah, and you can. So these 2 points you can please comment more about this. What is your opinion?
Which point?
The Syadvad about the what I feel, that it would be better Syadvad step that if we have the text, and second about the war news which I said, these 2 points please elaborate.
See, war news, that is we are getting emotional, and what makes us emotional is our intellect. Essentially, it is the intellect and our potapano which disturbs us. That this is right, this is wrong, and very strong or intensely feels so, and hence it's difficult to accept the situation as it is. Now, if it is with India or Indians, we can still an external, say in America or Israel or this Iran and all. So that, as I said, okay, no, that is destined, and more of this will happen. More of this is going to happen, and it's going to blow up into full-fledged world war. So,
Pulinanandji?
Voice is cutting.
So nothing is wrong. What is happening is right. Banyute Nyay. Dada Bhagwan has said Banyute Nyay. So just see what's happening. And this Banyute Nyay we have to apply for ourselves. But in this case, we are not even involved. So it's more easy to accept. Just accept things the way they are. Je Banyute Nyay. So if you were 100 years and a lot of nations by taking in India, what would have happened? And that was a period in the history of India where a lot of invasions took place, a lot of temples were being destroyed, a lot of good things were looted and things like that. Then the Britishers came, they also did whatever they did. This is the history of the country. The affected people will get affected. We can pray for their goodwill and welfare. Padanu Kalyan Thao, that we can do. That will help us in nullifying our non-vitra. Will help us in making us vitra. The moment things disturb the Dada Bhagwan, may the welfare take place of both of everybody. Padanu Kalyan Thao. So that is the biggest thing you can stand inside to pacify your intellect. And on the other hand, you are sending out positive vibrations. So that is the thing. When Tirthankara, if he is there, he will also do the same thing. Tadanu Kalyan Thao, bas. Leave it at that. There's nothing in your scope. There's nothing in your hands that you can do something about the situation. So there you can definitely have this good feeling, welfare feeling. Because actually it is our intellect which is disturbing us. It is not the external situation, it is our intellect. The extent to which you get disturbed may not be the same for others. Others may get more severely disturbed, some may get less severely disturbed, depending on the intensity of intellect, depending on the intensity of their interest in such topics or in things, something. So it's going to be, there'll be a variety of responses and a variety of this thing. Now, just to add to that, I just happened to read yesterday or day before yesterday one article written by one ex pilot, a very senior pilot, that this Air India tragedy, that you are only seeing the external thing and you very easily blame the pilot. But if you see the pilot's viewpoint, he has so much of stress under him. He's trained under on that. But the real life situation with him, and he has hardly a second to decide. Then he has so many issues to face in the cockpit, with the cockpit. Then there's a lot of fatigue because sometimes his duty is there, it's changed all of a sudden, and again he has to come back on a different duty. His sleep cycles are different. He's under stress. I mean, he did a lot of description. I'm not putting it all across, but he gave a totally different dimension to the whole scenario, and where we can feel it's not this, because here it is not in the, it depends on the craft, it depends on the maintenance, it depends on the people inside. There are so many other things which are not in his control, but still he has to take split second decisions. And then he gave 2 or 3 examples where the pilots navigated the aircraft under extremely serious conditions to safety. One of them was the glass of the cockpit, and he was at 30,000 feet in air, minus 40 degrees temperature, and still somehow he manually was able to maneuver it and to the ground and for the safety of the plane and passengers. So one other example here, and he says that there are cases of failures, there are cases of the same, and pilot is not the only person responsible. And went on and on, but I was just trying to give a gist. Now it is incidentally that I am able to read this. I have the intellectual ability to understand this viewpoint. So I appreciate the other dimension of the whole incident. Now, everybody doesn't have this capacity. Everybody doesn't even come across such piece of information. So, war news, JD or anything, everyone will have a different set of reactions based on his understanding, his exposure, 60 degrees viewpoints. We are seeing one dimension of it. There are other dimensions also for any incident. Reaction. So what? Why is everybody not getting disturbed? I'm saying if something goes wrong, just as you or me, somebody is disturbed, why everybody is not being disturbed? Because it depends on his inner development, his inner inclination, his inner ragve, his inner potapano, You know, the point I'm trying to drive is everyone from inside comes with a different piece of development, different piece of understanding, different piece of priorities. He likes this, does like. So the reactions will vary. Whatever disturbs us, for you, me, anybody, is not the external event. It is my inner kashais and inner moh that affects me or causes a reaction in the same instant, may give a pain to me, may not give a pain to me. Like we just heard her example, Karuna's example. Example of son do not give the impact to the extent other person get because of loss of pickpocket money. Do not give that much intense because he's in our understanding. His same brother who did not even lose the money, but he was severely disturbed because he had a different set of understanding within. So the point is, what causes pain to us is because of our inner understanding or inner kashais. The enemies are within and not outside. So we have to then ponder, why is it that I am getting severely, or what understanding prevails within me, which is causing to give out such a violent reaction and work. You know what? If you are able to analyze and solve that with proper understanding, it will work permanently and lifelong for you. Lifelong, you will be able to face any type of similar situation because essentially your understanding has changed. You are able to manage your inner enemies better, and it will be a long learning, long lesson which will help you immensely in the journey of moksha. It will help you. But I'm giving an example. It is applicable to me. It is applicable to everyone. And I was reading about this the other day. કે આપણને દુઃખ કોણ આપે છે? Who pains us? And in fact, I had noted that it is our likes and dislikes that we get affected, our beliefs that we. It is not anything outside. And all of us are knowing this, and all of us are working also on this. All Mahatmas are working also on this. Nothing new that I'm saying, but I'm just reiterating it and highlight more emphatically so that because it's a very valid point and a very useful guideline or a tool in our Purusharths, in our journey towards moksha, it will aid our Purusharths so that we navigate all our discharge karmas more equanimously. So it shows an insight. Now, for example, you got affected by when I had come to Vadodara many years ago. I was very disturbed by the randomness of the traffic. People would come on the wrong way and all that. And out of the blue, they will just cut across the road while you're driving. And I fell down also once or twice on my two-wheeler. So I would say, what's this? So then I realized that there is still anger dormant within, and it popped in a pressure scenario. So then I have to now realize that this is the weakness still in me and work on my weakness. Now, once I started working on that, found a solution to it, then there was a lifelong solution. Anytime such a situation arises of a random or wrong traffic, wrong way, people just cutting across, I'm still cool because I found the solution. Like this is the way it will be. Just so acceptance of situations, and basically remaining with Ra. We are able to accept situations, able to remain with Ra. That is the key. Events, situations will come and go. My inner kashais will so keep coming out. They are there. Now nothing can be done about it. Those were charged. Now they are going to get discharged. So now it is during the discharge. How do I manage it? So awareness, and second is the knowledge or wisdom to manage that, which could include 5 agnas, which could include many. So the key is each event helps us to become Vitratus. Each event triggers things inside and it helps us to progress on the path of moksha. So I would take it more positive. Yes, it's good. Oh, so this is the, please tell me more. Suppose I'm not able to analyze, I'm not able to the process, then I, hey, Dada Bhagwan, please, I want to remember. And then it will come. It will come from. So use it as a, like they say, failures are stepping to success. So you use such events to understand the Prakriti, manage the discharge pressure, and progress. So I would take it positive.
Yes. And regarding Tirthankar, Mahavir Bhagwan Tirthankar, usually I want to know that usually understand that in when he was Tirthankar, he was attacked by his disciples, So, right now you said about what karmas are charged, they will discharge. So, in light of this, so can you please explain that he was attacked by his own disciple, So it was
Goshala. Now
yeah. So
imagine it
yeah,
was the fourth era, Satyug as we call it, or fourth era according to Jain philosophy. Lord Shankara means the ultimate pinnacle of human being, free from all kashais, purest form. He had attained Keval Gnan. Now you see, the biggest thing is attaining Keval. Rarely you have such severe, Bogotas suffering. Goshala was his own disciple. He stayed with him for, the figure is there, but I don't recall. And he then did this with this technique through Mahir Bhagwan only. It was called Tratak, where we do sun gazing, without batting our eyelids. So with that Tratak, he had gained this Vidya knowledge of Tejolesh, where you can send fire or what on any person, it will burn into ashes. He had learned this from Mahir Bhagwan only. And Hydes, his own disciple, uses that to against Mahavir Bhagwan. Can you imagine if it happened to Lord Mahavir in Satyoga? Now we are in Kali Yuga, where we have, and we are not as evolved as him. So we can definitely tell our intellect, if it happened to him, if something like that happens to us, nothing wrong. And the way he cleared that debt, similarly, you can also clear the debt because you also have the same knowledge that he had. You're having that same knowledge, Dada Bhagwan, by way of
so
and
so here I want to understand that Mahavir Bhagwan still had that discharge pending, right? So that is
that was his discharge karma pending. Yes, true.
yeah. So and recently I was hearing Dada Bhagwan's Satsang. So he was telling that about this event, and he was telling that how I didn't understand the full because there is no text for that. So some words I am missing, But what I have seemed to understand, what Dada Bhagwan was trying to tell was that how Vitrag Mahavir was means he was not at all perturbed by what happened, So that is how Lord Mahavir he handled it. How did he handle? Can you please throw light on how did he handle that situation?
See, that was very clear, and that is exactly the same thing we have to do. He was totally anchored in the soul awareness. He was totally anchored in the pure soul awareness that I am the pure soul. Mahavir is what number one, or it is separate. It is Pudgal. It is. So body is separate and I am separate. He was in that pure soulness of the neighbor. So the suffering that is happening was happening to the neighbor, and then he was just remaining in the observer state, Gnata Drashta observer and seer. And then he was observing that what is happening to Mahavira, the mind-body speech form. And he meant that there was because this is very, but because it was his last birth, it did not damage his body in the sense, it did not burn it out. But the heat was so much that it did affect him. For 6 months, he had blood pass from his stools, and with absolute this thing, awareness, pure soul, just dipped up. There would not be, he remained observer, and the body was in the, and so then he waited for the thing to subside. That's the way. We have also to do the same thing. Essentially, the more and more we try to remain separate from the body. Whatever is happening.
Your voice is breaking. Is there some problem with your internet or your Bluetooth?
Maybe. But yeah, but this is the best I can do now because I can't do much about the internet. But
Are you using any Bluetooth device?
No, it looks like there's some
No.
issue with the internet.
No, it is not. I'm not using Bluetooth device. If you want, I can do one thing. I'll stop my video. So, basically, nothing happens. Basically, we have also to do the same thing. Develop the Purusharth to remain separate from number one. Develop the Purusharth to enhance the awareness, enhance the Jagrati, where I am number one is, which can be done in small solo activity, where we alone are doing, say eating, say bathing, say having a bath, or things like that, or cooking. And there we can have this awareness that the doer of the activity is separate, and I, Shuddhatma, is the observer of the doer. So that separateness, Purusharth, if we gradually develop or start doing, then it will lead us better awareness, interact with people. You to see pure soul within them, then you will see them as a karta. Then you will see what is happening to file number one. And that's once we reach level of this thing, enhanced, we will come to the level Dada Bhagwan or Mahavira. They put offerings without getting disturbed, because suffering will happen to the file number one or mind body speech. Mind body speech will have the reaction, suffering is there, pain is. It is happening to me. That portion will not be there. It is happening to file number one, and I am the pure soul and observer of this. That awareness will hold them in steadfast, and that is where we want to go ultimately. This awareness remains 24/7.
The last sentence, what you said, the awareness is not, happening to me, is not there, and
it is not happening to me. It is happening to file number or mind body speech.
okay.
It is to the neighbor, and I am separate. That is the awareness we have to for 24/7. That is our end goal. It will take time. It's a long-term project, but that goal or destination should be there in our mind, at the back of our mind. So all our Purusharths will flow in that direction.
And the awareness was there, and when he was asked by other disciples that Lord, that your disciples are they died, they got burnt, so please do something about that. So he said that I am not Jivan Dat. I'm not giver of life. I am giver of moksha. So that speech also. Can you please elaborate on that speech which Lord Mahavir came.
So that is this thing, that with the Tejolesha, he had burned two of his disciples of Lord Mahavira. And I am told, now I don't have a very authentic verification of that. Lord had told them, don't go beyond this, but for some reason they happened to venture out, and then they got affected by this, they were burnt to ashes. So when people come and told him that please do something about this fellow people, he said, no, I am not a giver of life, I am a giver of moksha. That means it was absolute vitrag. And in that vitragta, he knew, okay, he does not have the capacity to do anything. Akarta pad, as we say, non-doer state. He was in total non-doership state, and he was observing all events with absolute vitragta, in spite of his own disciples getting affected. And not only that, even when the Tejolesha was not at him, even that time also he remained vitragta. So that is the essence. And the same thing happened with the Bhagwan. The Bhagwan, this thing, in his accident, he got an intuition that things are not right. So he told also, shall we postpone it? Shall we postpone it? But everybody said, no, Dada, things are ready over there. We are already given a commitment. Nobody was at fault. They were looking from their viewpoint. So then Dada left it. So that akarta pad, in spite of knowing, then Dada left it. Let us see what's happening. And then it happened. So there are this show that the ego, the discharge ego, is also diminished to such a large extent that they cannot do much outside. Now for Tirthankar it was zero. So obviously he cannot do anything for himself or for anybody else also. So that's I can give Jivdan, or I cannot rescue people's lives, but I can give them mokshan. I can give them knowledge of spiritual enlightenment, because that's what I have with me, and that is what honorable. The other part of Vyavastha, it is involves karmas. So discharge karmas of both the parties are there. So I cannot interfere in the discharge of others, but I can give them the insight or wisdom to manage the thing. And that is what Dada Bhagwan also did the same. Although he had hookah, or he didn't even have the ego to read. But then the Dr. Kikani came, and then all that thing happened, and then he took the other's ego. He said, good, thank you. This thing has gone away. This shows that the spiritually evolved people, heightened, like Tirthankara, or one step down, like say Dada Bhagwan, their discharge ego has also diminished to such a large extent that they don't have the ego to even do something for them. That shows that they are totally anchored in the pure self, and only then you can get this Keval Darshan. So it's a learning for us, learning from it happened to Dada, it happened to Lord Mahavira. This will happen, and this is required. You see, the biggest thing is in this learning, the biggest thing is that this is necessary. It is necessary for this to happen. Lord Mahavir also knew that to square off that account, to clear the karmic debt, to clear or purify the mind, body, speech, this must unfold. This must happen. Only and only then that Parmanus will become pure, and then will thus be liberated and we will go to more. Now, developing that vision or understanding and having it ingrained in ourselves, in our understanding, clear cut, and sort of embedded in our self. Oh, this is necessary, it is good. This is necessary, it is. That means the suffering is necessary and it is good for my Keval Gnan or salvation. Not good from the worldly point of view. Worldly point of view, suffering is, hey, why do, if I say I'm not well, I'm having health problem, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? There will be n number of advices that will follow. Do this, do that, do this. But Vitrag will say, okay, let me endure it. Let me endure it. It is suffering has come. It has a timeline. It will go away on its own. Circumstances are of parting. So this understanding clearly the adversities, mind level, speech level, body level, with Vitrag. We can, the learning that we can take from such incidences of the learned people or enlightened people like Satsang and Guru is that this is the unfolding of all Parmanus. Mind, body, speech is nothing but a bundle of Parmanus. Now, those Parmanus have been charged in the previous birth, merit or demerit in the form of Pap or in the form of Punya. So something good we have done, we are having good effect. Something bad we have done, we are having the bad effect. So this Parmanu were charged in our ignorant state in the previous birth. They are now giving us effect in this birth, and it's playing out. So yeah, and I am the observer. Only by remaining an observer, it becomes easier for it to play out. In the Kramik mark, there also they play it out, but then they take it as tap. Here we also take it as tap, but tap as an observer, as a bhokta. So this understanding, if we are able to gradually in ourselves, only situations we go through that suffering, we use the gnan and then we embed. So experience of the Lord, we take that wisdom knowledge, we then try to apply it on ourselves, see to it that it gets embedded. And I tell you, if such one or two major things get embedded, it will be such a wonderful and relaxing experience that, oh, I've got a beautiful insight that now I'm able to face it is fully and get disturbed. This is not doing like this. Very irritating, very selfish person, does not listen to others. How he can do like this? All that halla gulla that happens within us, that will get taken, will calm down. Why? Because easy, just wear it, just wear it. I don't know.
Jai Satsang.
Aha. So how? Aha. Yeah. One second.
Yeah.
Ahuti. Swaha. It came in my online.
Pulinanandji, you are breaking up a lot.
अरे बापा अभी क्या करूं? I don't know. Because I am somehow.
Yeah. No, but we can continue.
Then supposing, let me try one thing. And just give me a time to shift to my mobile data. Let me see if that works.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Is it better?
Yes. Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So if you are able to take this learning, then I think embed this learning at what is happening, and that is necessary. I was saying Tuesday that satsang was there where reading was taking place, and in that one of the things was ahuti, that yagna they do, and they do that in the fire, they put all the ahuti in the fire. The same way, Sanyog it was on avastha, and in Gujarat it was avasthani ahuti api, that whatever situations are there, we put it in that fire. So that was the beautiful learning, that these are situations, just pour it into the yagna or the fire of karma, and let that fire engulf the karma and finish it off. I mean, understanding are there from various viewpoints. This is one of the viewpoints that we could use to accept adverse situations. Essentially, is accepting adverse situations. with equanimity. With whatever thing works, each for everybody different viewpoints or different insights of Dada Bhagwan might work. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Meeraben, please unmute.
Jai Sachidanand Pulinanandji, Jai Sachidanand Mahatmas. I have a question regarding the end, the final. Dada has given us all the Mahatmas a how shall I say, a promise, yes, that he will be with us at the very end, that we will be aware, we will be with him, and he will be with us when we shake off this body to the next one. Okay, so, and that is built from, because of that promise he has given us when we took Nyan. Supposing you, how can I say this? There's so many things of dementia, of people not being conscious of all of these things that happens to the body. That awareness will still be there, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever happens to the body, that awareness will not go.
Perfect. So each time, even
will not go away.
So the awareness will still be there regardless of how conscious or unconscious the body. The body is just a body. But the Shuddhatma, as we keep doing our Purusharth, it will automatically, we will be in full Jagrati at that time. That's all. I know Dada has given that promise, but I am just reiterating that thought is all.
Yeah, true. You see, there are two things. It is I, the integrated I, who has got the awareness that I am the pure soul.
Correct.
Because I am Meera, now it is I am pure soul. So I have come out from the mind body speech awareness. So dementia is happening to mind body, but I is always separate. So irrespective of whatever illness comes to the mind body speech, that awareness will not go. It might dim a bit, but it will not go.
Okay. That was my
final stage. And in the final stage, you say in the last 1 hour or so, it will be, each and every Mahatma will be deeply anchored in the pure soul awareness. He will be deeply in I am the pure soul awareness, and he will be in a blissful state, as we call it, samadhi marana, or blissful, peaceful death. That will happen. And it is a default thing. You see, when there is pain in the body, the I will automatically anchored in the soul. Today there is not pain, so there is a lot of good things we like. So because of the good things or discharge more, that we get entangled in the body cell, or we get engrossed in the body cell. But pain, obviously, are going to move away from it. So that will help us.
Thank you, Pulinanandji. Thank you. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. So, Pulinanandji, I have something to say. Shuddhatma is separated from this body, and so this body works based on the all scientific circumstantial evidences. So any mistakes or any belief that is done by file number 1, so that's all because of these all evidences. So what is the significance of pratikraman in that? So for example,
carry on. Example.
So in Soham, he likes sweets a lot. So there are parmanus of sweet parmanus in him. So that parmanu is all are being discharged by eating all sweets. So do we need to just see that said that these parmanus are getting discharged?
Basically, that is true. That we can basically, it's an awareness that Soham has brought these parmanus of sweet. So we must observe it and then do a controlled discharge. Discharge will take place, but let it be controlled discharge. Okay, you want to eat sweet, okay, you'll get 2 or 3 of this. Then you'll get tomorrow, then you'll get it. So that it doesn't go uncontrolled, that eat and eat and eat or overeat. And then gradually, step by step by step, give it. So the Parmanus are also get quenched, and that the ego, the satisfaction comes to the ego. There are two things. One is the Parmanu getting exhausted, and
Yeah.
one is the satisfaction to the ego. Aha, maja aaya.
Yes.
So both will take place. Parmanu will get exhausted and the ego will get okay, so satisfied and then leave it. So once you do a controlled discharge, that today so much, next day so much, or in future so much, so then the Parmanus also get satisfied, the ego also gets satisfied without it hampering our Jagrati or awareness. Otherwise, we'll get Tanmaya Bo Maja, Saras, I
Yeah,
liked it.
that's
When will I have more of the next thing? So like Rasgulla, very nice. Next time I also have more of the Rasgulla. And then, let's have Rasgulla. That thing keeps on going on and on and on. So that Tanmayakar Parinam, so that does not take place. Yeah, we remain in awareness. Okay, so I'm like this, chalo, eat, fine, stop. Eat, fine, stop. Maja aavi gayi, very good. Chalo. Soham has enjoyed it. Soham has relished it. Observe that also.
yeah. So
And that that observation of relishing will come if awareness is there, Jagrat is there, and awareness will come when you don't overeat it.
yeah, that's right.
And you must also do the inner pursha. Hey Dada Bhagwan, કોઈ પણ રસમાં લુપ્તપણું ન કરવાની શક્તિ આપો. May I not
Yeah.
get, may not remember this again and
Yes,
again.
7 column.
And talk to Som, chalo, I'm giving you this point, I'm giving you this point, I'm giving you this. So by talking, by asking for strength,
But you know,
and other thing also, food is not a source of happiness. Food is not a source of happiness. Ahar is sukno sadhanati. Ahar is. You have to reverse the belief that we have brought. We had that belief, so we charge that I want to enjoy, get happiness from eating this type of food, this type of food, this type of food. Sweets being one of them. So that belief that we have brought, it needs to be fractured, so that it will accelerate our discharge, basically, of eating sweet. After
okay,
sometimes,
yeah.
अरे ठीक है, sweet मिला ठीक है, नहीं मिला ठीक है. That is not a source of happiness.
Yeah, understood.
So 2 or 3
Okay.
things will help us squaring off such discharge moha.
So that's we are just looking at this discharge
This is how
permanence.
this is how to manage the discharge. There are essentially 2 sense discharges are predominant: the sense of taste and the sense of eyesight. So Adendriya and Chakshu Indriya. We get a lot of that is a typical more everybody is watching movies, TV, these things of happiness from the eyesight, and eating good nice food, happiness from the time.
Yeah, so
Essentially,
just yeah,
which
so realizing that these eyes are watching a movie here. So that's the Purusharth.
no, that is not, that is Jagrati. That is
Okay,
Jagrati.
that's Jagrati.
Ah,
Okay,
observing that
yeah.
Soham is observing, not I, it is Soham who's observing,
Yeah,
right?
Soham is observing. Soham is watching a movie.
That is observed. But if you're really in that awareness state, then you can also redirect Soham enough, 1 hour ho gaya, now stop watching.
Yeah.
So you can, then the control is in your hands if you are an observer. But
Okay.
if it's the internal who is saying, nah, I'm not watching, Soham is watching, then it will go on for 2-3
Still
hours. 1 minute,
continue.
Soham is watching. So you have to be very careful whether it's pragna or intellect that is operating.
Yeah, that's wordy. That's
Then
wordy
others,
Jagrati. Yeah.
so that is, we need to be careful whether it is awareness of the intellect or awareness of the pragna. Others, pragna will operate in the form, in the disguise of pragna. Swam is eating. What is this? Swam is doing. What is
Yeah,
जब थप्पड़ भी
understood.
मारेगा ना, Swam has got slapped. That should remain.
Correct, correct.
Uh,
Jai Sachidanand.
सचिन चलो टाइम થઈ ગયો હું
Yeah,
બોલાવું
it's
છું તું
time up. Okay.
નમો વિદ્યાય
Namo Vitragaya.
નમો વરિયંતાણમ
Namo
Namo
Hariyantanam.
Hariyantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo
Namo
Siddhanam.
Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo
Namo
Ayariyanam.
Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo
Namo
Vajjayanam.
Vajjayanam.
Namo Loe Sahunam.
Namo Loe Sahunam.
Eso Panjanamkaro.
Eso
Eso
Panchanamukaro.
Panchanamukaro.
Sarvabhava Panasano.
Sarvabhava
Sarvabhava
Panasano.
Anancha Savesim.
Mangalana
Sarvesim.
Desam.
Admam Havai Mangala.
Adamam Havai Mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand
Satchidanand.
Pulinanandji.
Jai Satchidanand Pulinanandji. Jai Satchidanand
Every
Mahatma.
Mahatma. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Lalita